a Kylie Jenner inspired look, but it's gonna be all with affordable products. So every single one of these products I'm using are very affordable. We're doing the hair in this video as well, and that all the stuff that I'm gonna be using for that is also very affordable. If you wanna see how to achieve this Kylie Jenner inspired look, then please keep on watching. The picture I'm gonna be going off of is this picture on her Instagram right here. Stunning, stunning, I love it. She's so gorgeous. I had that same exact shirt that she had, so I figured that it'd be perfect to kind of recreate that picture. I wanted to do a little bit something with red. I haven't done red in a while. So to start off with primer, I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer, and this is the clear one. You guys know I've been using this for a while now. I really love it because it seriously just blurs out your pores like instantly. If you have a little bit of texture or anything like that, it kind of just blurs it out. It's perfect. So I'm just basically going to be taking like a dime size amount just on my fingers, and I'm going to be taking it and just applying it in the troubled areas that I have. And I'm going to be putting a little bit on the forehead because I do have some texture over there. So now for foundation, her face is pretty matte in the picture. It doesn't look too cakey or anything. It looks like beautiful, but she looks pretty matte. I don't really see any highlighter going on. She posted 2 pictures, and yeah, she doesn't really look like too glowy or anything. She kind of just looks like completely matte and like seamless. So we're going to be using a full coverage drugstore foundation today, and the foundation I love, I'm going to be using the Maybelline New York 24-hour Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation. That's a mouthful. So we're going to be using this one, and this is in the shade 120 Classic Ivory. This is like my normal like Maybelline shade that I always get. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be applying it with a damp beauty blender. I just got this beauty blender from e.l.f. actually. It's like weird. It has like texture. I don't know if you guys can really tell. It's so strange, but I kind of want to try it out because I saw like Nikki tutorials and stuff like that trying out a new beauty blender. It's like velvet or whatever, and I really want to try that one out as well. So I kind of wanted to see how much this is going to work. So hopefully this works out because we're recreating Kylie's look. We want to look beautiful. Our skin wants to look flawless. So we're just going to be putting about 2 pumps on the back of our hand, and just with the flat side, I'm going to be taking it and just applying it all over the face. I'm actually really liking this sponge. Yeah, I really like this stuff. I haven't covered my freckles yet. So with this foundation, I like to work in sections on my face because since it dries down to a matte finish, it dries very quickly. So you kind of don't want to put it all over your face and you like miss a couple spots and it just looks patchy and stuff. So I just basically take about 2 pumps at a time. And now I'm going to be going right over my freckles and my nose ring. I'm just going to go right underneath my eyes. So with this foundation and this sponge, I should say, you have to blend it out pretty well because if not, you'll see like the little holes and stuff. But wow, it's actually doing a very good job at covering my freckles. I haven't used this foundation in a while. Alright, so now that our face looks nice and matte and beautiful, we're going to be moving on to concealer. So with concealer today, she looks pretty highlighted, so I'm just going to be using about like probably like 2 shades lighter than my skin tone. I'm going to be taking it and putting it right underneath my eyes. And I'm going to be putting it in a like kind of in a triangle because she looks very highlighted. So we're just gonna be applying it, and then we're gonna be putting just a smidge. It looks just in the center. She has a smaller forehead than me, so we're not gonna bring it out so much to kind of make our face, we're gonna make our face look smaller, especially our forehead. So then with that same sponge, I'm just going to be blending that out. Alright, so now that that's blended out very well and very seamlessly, we're going to be setting the whole face. So to do that, I'm going to be using the KYLIE Air Spun. You can get this stuff at Walmart. I love this stuff. This is like a dupe for the Laura Mercier. So to do this, I'm just going to be taking it out the sifter and I'm just going to be applying it right underneath our eyes. And then with the rest of the powder, we're going to be taking the same sponge and we're going to be setting the entire face. Okay, so now that we're nice and cakey and matte, we're going to be taking a big fluffy brush and we're just going to be dusting all of that off. Okay, so now to bring a little bit more moisture into our skin, we're just going to be taking the Mario Badescu skincare. I love this stuff. This is like my holy grail. It's so affordable. It's at Ulta. It's $7. Another affordable product that I really believe you guys should go pick up. Nice spritz of that. Okay, so now that our skin is nice and matte, dewy, full coverage, everything, we're going to be using a bronzer now to chisel out our cheekbones. So we're going to be using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. You guys know I've talked about this. I've actually got this kind of recently. I'm obsessed with this stuff, like seriously. There's no way you could ever make this patchy. Like, as much as you want to try to make this patchy, it won't be patchy. Like, it's the best bronzer I've ever used in my whole entire life, and I love Hoola, so you know that's talking a lot. We're gonna be using this, and this isn't just in the shade bronzer, it's just like the regular normal shade. We're gonna be taking a angled brush. I'm just gonna be taking that on the bronzer, and we're just gonna chisel out our cheekbones. Her bronzer kind of goes down to about here, so we're gonna be kind of recreating the same thing. Alright, so now to set all that bronzer that we did, we're going to take that same blender with the KYLIE Air Spun powder. We're going to pack that on there, and then we're just going to make a line right underneath. Now with that same bronzer, it looks like her nose is a little bit contoured as well. So we're just gonna take a little fluffy brush. This is the Physicians Formula one. I'm gonna be taking that same bronzer and then I'm going to be just contouring my nose with it. So I'm gonna go a little bit next to my eyebrow and I'm kind of just gonna bring it down. She has a smaller nose than me, so I'm gonna be putting bronzer right at the tip to make the illusion that it's a little bit skinnier. A little shorter, I should say. Alright, so now for blush, we're going to be using a nice pretty blush. Now for this affordable blush, we're going to be using the Fit Me by Maybelline. I love this blush. This is kind of an older model, so it looks a little different now, but I love this. This is in the shade Deep Rose. Her blush is pretty intense, so the bronzer wasn't really it. It was the blush that actually kind of tied the whole face together. So with that, I'm gonna be using another angled brush, and I'm gonna be taking it on that brush, just like how we would bronzer. And we're kind of gonna apply it just how we would bronzer, but of course on top. Okay, so now that we're done with the blush, we're gonna just do a tiny bit of highlighter, which of course is not my forte, but the skin's actually looking like really, really good right now. So for the highlighter, we're just gonna be using a subtle highlight. So I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. highlighter in Moonlight Pearls. So for this, we just want to take like a little baby brush. I'm actually going to be taking a fluffy eyeshadow brush. So I'm just going to dip in a couple times and I'm just going to apply to the highlighted areas. And then with a small little angled brush, I'm going to take that and I'm just going to apply it right on top. And I'm going to be applying it a little bit higher than I normally would because I want my nose to look smaller. So I'm going to make the exclamation point a little bit higher, like a cute little button nose. So that's basically it for the face. We're gonna dust off the bake. So for brows, we're gonna be using the e.l.f. eyebrow kit, and I love this stuff. It's like $3, it's totally affordable. You can get this anywhere. This is in the shade medium. I love this stuff. You can tell it's like a mess, but we're just gonna be taking that on a little baby angled brush. You can use whichever one that you guys have. I'm going to bring you guys in a little bit more so you can see. So I'm just gonna take that on the angled brush. Her brows are a little bit more arched than mine are, so I'm gonna try to achieve that. Okay, so now that we're done with the brow, she has a little bit of a darker brow than I usually do and more of an arch, so I tried to create that a little bit. Now we're just gonna be concealing underneath the brows to clean them up. So I am gonna be using the Morphe M432 brush, and I'm gonna be using that same exact concealer that we used on our face. Alright, so now to set that, we're just gonna take a big fluffy brush with a little bit of that powder we used on our whole face, and we're just gonna set that. Alright, so now moving on to the eyes, I'm going to be using the Morphe 350M palette. I figured that we could just do affordable. Their palettes are like $24, like super cheap, and their brushes are very inexpensive as well. So basically we're just going to be using this whole palette because there's no shimmery shades in here, and she has no shimmery shades on her lid. Okay, so I'm going to be using just, I have like this package that I'm actually going to be doing in another video. I'm going to be doing a haul. So I'm going to be using this while I do the eyeshadow. So I'm just going to be taking a big fluffy brush, and it looks as if she has, it's kind of just like a neutral. So we're just going to use this shade right here in that palette. So we're going to hold this up kind of directly towards our brow. And we're going to use this, just put it all over our crease. Kind of so we have that chiseled out look that she usually goes for. Alright, so now to kind of intensify that a smidge, we're going to be going just one shade darker, and we're going to be using this shade right here in that palette. And we're going to be taking a smaller brush. So I'm going to be taking the Morphe M441, so it's just this little bit more like skinnier brush. And we're going to take it right where we took this one, just in the crease as well. So now that we've done that, that's literally it for the crease colors. So then I'm just gonna take a flat angled brush, and I'm gonna be taking that bone shade. I'm gonna be mixing this one and this one. You're gonna want to kind of make sure it's in the inner part as well. You can see a lot of that white in the inner part. And then we're gonna do a wing, but just for a second, we're gonna work on our lower lash line. So we're gonna be taking those same exact two shades that we used in the crease, and we're gonna put it right underneath. So I'm just gonna be using the Morphe M321 brush. So it's this little baby chiseled brush. I'm gonna be using the lighter shade first. So we're just gonna put that, and we're gonna connect it with the outer V that we did, and we're gonna clean it up after a little bit with some concealer, so it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna take the darker one, and I'm just gonna put it right next to it. Okay, so now for the wing. So this is the one thing that I couldn't find affordable in my collection. This is my like holy grail. I have nothing else but this for my liner, so I had to get this. I had to use this. I'm sorry, I broke the rules a little bit. This is the Kat Von D tattoo liner. It's waterproof, it's in Trooper. This is the best liquid eyeliner you will ever buy in your whole entire life. Like, I'm serious. We're just gonna be taking that. So it looks like she has just a little baby wing. So it kind of, it's very, very light in the inner, and then she kind of brings it out a little bit at the outer, like kind of brings it out towards where the chiselly is. All right, so now that our wings are done for the under eyes, we're gonna be using the Colossal Maybelline mascara, and this is in the shade brown. It was the KYLIE video that she did with Vogue, she said that she uses a brown mascara on her lower eyelashes, so that is why I have this brown today. Alright, so now that we're done with the face, we're gonna move on to the lips, the best part. So now we're just going to be lining our lips. This is the NYX lip liner in dark red. So she's wearing her lipstick in Bite Me, but I don't have that, unfortunately. So I am just going to be using a red that I have. I'm just gonna be using this bright red lipstick, and this is just in Hazardous Red, and this is from Wet n Wild. So now that we're done with the makeup, we're going to be doing the hair. So I'm gonna bring you out a little. All right, so for the hair, so what I did is I just straightened just the tops of it because her hair is like completely blonde. So her hair is completely slicked down. So what I'm gonna be using is I'm just gonna be taking some mousse. So this is just like the Schwarzkopf mousse. Find it at Walmart. I'm just gonna take a little bit in my palms, and I'm just gonna be bringing the hair out a little, just so it's like kind of crunchy. You don't want no flyaways. So she has a little bit of a bang, which I do not. So what we're gonna be doing is you wanna take like a bristle brush, any bristle brush that you have will work. I'm just gonna be brushing it towards my face, my hair. I'm gonna be kind of slicking it down onto my forehead. And then holding it, I'm gonna bring it right behind my ear, just so it kind of folds back. So I'm just gonna slick all of that down. This is gonna go in back of our ear. Just slick them down as much as we can. Now we're just gonna take a hair tie, a hair elastic, and we're gonna put it at the end of our hair, in the back, so it just looks like this. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull lightly some hair out so it looks like we have a bang. We're gonna do the back now, so we're just gonna do a little bun. Kind of just twist the hair around and put it around the bun. And then secure that with another hair elastic. We're gonna take the Aussie Sprunch hairspray. We're gonna spray that on our face. And we're gonna take a little comb and we're gonna smooth it out. So kind of just to like make sure everything is nice and secure, you can just put some bobby pins on the back of your ear, just so that everything can stay in place perfectly. So yeah guys, this is the finished look and the finished hair. It's very classy and I'm obsessed with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this whole video. I love you guys so much, and if you want me to do any more celebrity inspired looks, then like up this video and please subscribe to my channel. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.